I like to buy hysteria, not sell it. I like to buy panic, not sell it. We are trying to make sense of things for you here tonight in the face of this incredibly difficult but panicky tape. Top of the show, I recommended a bunch of fast-growing cloud stocks that rarely ever come in, because these are often the first names, though, to bounce back from any hideous market-wide shellacking, biological or financial. I may have another one for you, and it's Workday. You're familiar with it. It's the software as a service company that helps businesses automate lots of back-office jobs, especially in human resources and financial management. I've seen it at work. It saves money. Workday is one of our cloud kings. It's been a huge long-term winner. But last July, they missed numbers, and the stocks never really recovered. Tried to bounce over the past couple of months, but then the coronavirus hit. Whole market got wrecked. In just over a week, Workday's pulled down 15%. After the close, company reported a strong quarter, as expected. Better than expected guidance, though, for the full year. Won't be enough to turn things around, or we want to take a longer-term view. If it keeps going down, you want to buy it. Before he hopped on his own earnings call, we had the chance to discuss all of this with Aneel Bhushri. He's the co-founder and CEO of Workday, and I think a real straight shooter. Mr. Bhushri, welcome back to Mad Money.
How are you, Jim?
Well, I don't know, because you're going to have to help me, because a lot of people feel that the country and the world have stopped because of a virus that we're all waiting in this country to perhaps deal with head on. And yet I look at your results, and I think I don't see any cessation of business. Perhaps this quarter doesn't include that, but you have boots on the ground. Tell me where people are.
I think people are cautious. We're a global company right now. I don't think the risk in the U.S. is that high, but in Asia Pacific and Europe, our employees are worried, and so we have to take that into account. But business, we're still having conversations with our customers. We're just being smart about the way we travel and listening to all the governments in terms of the recommendations.
People need Workday because people have companies that need to save money and be operating more efficiently. Whether they are not feeling well or ill or even hospitalized, their institutions need this kind of software as a service. So when you go to a Wells Fargo, to Charlie Scharf, maybe one of the smartest people I've ever met, and he looks at your product and he makes his decision, is he at all thinking, you know what, I can't bring Workday in because there's this thing called the coronavirus?
I don't think that factors into it, and I really hope this is a blip and that everybody can be as healthy as possible. We'll return to normalcy, I think, probably by the summer. I would hope, but business moves forward, and our company is continuing to take care of its customers, take care of our employees, and do what we need to do to continue to build a vibrant company with really happy customers.
You take an outfit like Southwest, you've got Gary Kelly, I think the foremost executive in the industry. But he also has problems with travel because of Corona. He also has Boeing issues because of the 737. And he's got Permian issues because of slowing down in oil. Why does he need new software with all of those distractions?
Well, I think in the case of both Gary and Charlie, they're two of the best CEOs in the industry in America, probably in the world. And they're focused on transforming their employee experience. In both cases, they want to make sure their employees have access to the best information, best career opportunities, and they have a long-term view on how they're going to build their companies, and Workday is very fortunate to be a part of that.
Now, when I think about Workday, I think about what companies are actually doing, which is figuring out a way to both do human capital management, but also do finance. How many are taking the suite, and how many are just you get in one way this time at least? Because this was such a strong quarter for you. What's the preponderance, suite or human capital, and then hope to get finance?
Well, this past quarter we had our best quarter ever for financials by far. It was our best quarter for the adaptive planning cloud. It was the best quarter for our Prism Analytics. So the office of the CFO, it really picked up in this past quarter. And we had a number of accounts that actually bought finance before HR. But if you were to look at our mix, about 1 of every 4 customers has bought the full suite. And that number is growing.
All right. Now, I'm used to Oracle saying to me after, and some is, sadly, as the late Mark Hurd, who's a competitive guy that we all knew, but saying, you know what, Workday's not winning nearly as much business as you think when there's those takeovers and they're trying to figure out what system. Workday's losing. I have not seen you lose a big client. Maybe there was a big at one point QSR, quick serve restaurant chain, that somebody told me that you may or may not lost. But give me the ratio of what you're winning in the ones that are up for bid.
Anywhere, depending on the competitor, from 2 out of 3 to 3 out of 4. And that's been very constant for the past 4 or 5 years. And, it is all about creating value for our customers. We have the ability to take our customers live in a quick time frame, and 70% of our customers, especially the large ones, are in production. And no one really else has those proof points.
Okay, now you are a person, I know you're a person of touch. As is your team. I mean, you like to get together, you like to introduce people to Workday outside and inside. I know when I see you on the street, I always think, well, there's Aneel. And Aneel is a personality and a force, but you had a sales kickoff meeting, an internal event that you couldn't do in the typical fashion. And this is because of coronavirus. Does that not affect someone like you who is really supercharged in getting people motivated?
We have an ability to deliver the same content via technology. I'm a big fan of Zoom and WebEx. These products are great. We'll get our chance in the not-so-distant future to get everybody together again. But, the reality is we're a global company and we're an inclusive company. And if our European friends and our Asia-Pac friends couldn't make it, it really is not a great sales kickoff. And so we'll wait until we can bring them all together.
And your big event, I have to believe that has always been a way for people to get together, talk about what they like about Workday, meet your people, give a great feel. What's the prospects that could be off?
Oh, I think by the fall, I'm guessing that we'll be in a much better place. I'm an optimist, but just watching the patterns of past viruses usually tails off in the summer. I think at some point we'll see a vaccine, and I suspect we'll be absolutely fine by the fall.
Well, good. A life goes on attitude is not such a bad attitude to maintain. And Aneel Bhushri, thank you so much for coming on Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, there we go, guys. This is a Cloud King. You need the product, whether you're feeling well or not. And he's the co-founder and CEO of Workday, which we've championed for a very, very long time.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @JimCramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.